I had all but given up on playing Pebble Beach that weekend, and instead was enjoying romantic time away down the central coast of California with Caitlin. And it was when we were taking in views in my favorite place on earth, Big Sur, that I got the phone call. I rushed to the tee, planted some feathers hoping to grow some birdies, and the next thing I knew, I was teeing off at Pebble Beach. I hadn't swung a club in 8 or 9 days, so let's see how it went. That's more of a glancing blow than a solid strike on one, but they say the key to this course is doing your scoring early. I will have a putt for birdie on one.
Sorry, I'm in the way, right?
It's all good.
Yeah!
Yay!
First hole. I'm just standing in the way every time, don't I? Sorry.
You can tell that one got the adrenaline pumping, and I'm hoping to keep it going on the gettable par 5 second. There's a line to the green around this tree here, and I'm hoping to draw one in there. And it's about here that the golf gods remind me that I'm not a scratch golfer. So buckle up to see what amateur golf really looks like over the course of 18 holes at Pebble Beach. It's a series of bad shots here on 2. And out of the bunker in the Barranca, I actually hit a great one that will give me a look at getting out of here with just a bogey. I'm amped up from having made the putt on 1, and proceed to ram this one by the hole. And we're going to follow up our opening birdie with a triple bogey on the easiest hole on the golf course. If you've been following the channel for long, you know that my mantra is to harness a goldfish's memory and put holes like that behind me as quickly as possible. Here on the dogleg third, I realize after the fact that I accidentally grabbed an extra club into this green. It goes over the back, and I hit a chip to makeable range. But for the second time in as many holes, I ram this one by, and I really need the knee knocker to drop to calm the nerves. And lo and behold, I do. This drive is going to leave me with my favorite number in. I've played so much pitch and putt over the years that I just have a feel for the 80-yard shot. I aim it just left of the hole, it kicks at the hole and almost drops, and I'll make sure to take my time on the tap-in here. I wasn't even expecting to play today, and it's only now that I'm taking in for the first time that I'm playing Pebble Beach and overlooking Stillwater Cove. I've seen this so many times on TV that it's actually surreal having it out there in front of me. This might have been the first swing of the day that was free of nerves, and wouldn't you know it, it's back to my normal mediocre golf. I fly this bunker shot a good 40 feet past the hole, and it will leave me with my first testing lag putt of the day. These small and slick greens really are Pebble's defense, and I know that in order to settle into the round, it's going to be necessary for me to start getting my feel for these. We do it just on time before beginning the best 5-hole stretch on earth.
Not bad.
We're close to 25,000 subscribers now, and thanks to all of you, in 2022 I get to treat this as a job. Thank you so much. I don't know what to say other than I'm going to keep trying to upload as much good content as I can. No sooner is this ball off the club face that I'm conjuring memories of Tiger muscling a 7-iron 215 up this hill. But I'm not a scratch golfer. That's a putrid golf shot, but I am walking on air at Pebble Beach, and you'll see that I'm ear-to-ear smiles despite that one. Without a caddy, I'm relying on instinct to tell me where the green is here. And I think this is okay, but it's actually 30 yards left. From a scoring standpoint, this is the pivotal point of the day. It's been a really rocky start with triples and birdies and everything in between. And I told myself to throw that all to the wind and keep going through my routine on every shot. I don't care if it's for birdie or for triple. It feels good when you ram them home.
Beautiful. That's picture perfect.
Oh, I'll take that one.
Picture perfect, man. Good job.
Thanks.
I also told myself to compartmentalize the golf because however this day went, there is no reason not to enjoy a perfect day at Pebble. And here we are on probably the most iconic par 3 in the world. The apple-shaped green on the 7th hole is one that can play anywhere from 100 yards to about 160 depending on the wind. Today it's just a smooth wedge. And all 3 of us found the green here, so we'll stop for a quick pose. And I get over my birdie putt, confident that I have a line. It actually moves a bit right, but tap and pars are nice to settle into. 8 is another icon, and probably the best two-shotter on the course. My forward fades a bit here, and in hindsight, I'm lucky that I didn't have to hit the Spieth shot from the edge of the cliff. Jack Nicklaus calls this the best approach shot in golf, and you'll see that I'm pretty pleased with myself to plop it on the green.
Oh, I see it.
Lag putts here are tricky, and this is not a given 2-putt. I'll have about 3 feet left here, but I do knock it home. 9 is the only really long par 4 at Pebble, and after a decent drive here, I'll still have 225 home. It's downhill and I'm thinking I can get my 3 hybrid there, but despite hitting my line, it just wasn't enough club and it's in a greenside bunker. That gives us a chance to appreciate the beauty of this shot. This one will trickle just off the green, and I decide to play about a foot of break here, and it's my first putrid misread of the day. I'll leave myself another knee knocker, and unfortunately this time we don't find it, and we're going to end the 9 with another double square on the card. You can tell I'm not letting that get to me. 4 years ago I was on my deathbed, and now I'm playing golf at Pebble Beach and sharing it with all of you.
Where's your thing?
I'd love to find more consistency on the back, but we'll see how it goes. This is more or less a carbon copy of the last hole, but if there's any hole on earth I'm happy to play twice, it's a hole along the water at Pebble Beach. I'm just bunting a 5-iron up there for the approach, and it goes a bit over the back. I pick my spot on my chip here and I actually hit it, but it doesn't quite release the way I thought it might, and I'll be left with another 10 or 11 feet for par. I'm going to take my time on this one too. I hit my line here, and it finds the hole.
Oh, does it start where it ends?
Yes. We're turning away from the water now, but there's still plenty of gorgeous views to be had on the back 9 at Pebble.
To the right, is that what you want?
Yeah, just a slight dogleg right.
It's rare that I hit a fade off the tee, but I seem to be doing that quite a bit today. And I overcut this one into a bunker on 11.
Get out.
After some bad bunker play lately, I'm not disappointed to at least get out and have a look at making par here.
Look good half the way.
And I underread the putt a bit, but a bogey is fine from a greenside bunker there.
Need a plug.
I thought this one was right at it, but it turns out to be a club or two short. And we're back to tricky lag putts at Pebble. And fortunately for me, I get to get a good read off my partner's putt here. It turns left a bit more than it appears, so I aim about half an inch outside the right here. And once again I hit my line and find the back of the hole.
There you go.
It's around here that the sun actually started setting at Pebble, and the camera does a good job of hiding it. But we're going to play the last few holes in the dark, and frankly they were my favorite of the day.
Oh, get left.
I grab a couple of extra clubs on the uphill approach here, and it misses just short right. This pitch is a bit aggressive, and this is actually my hardest putt of the day. I'm not disappointed with that lag, and I'm always fine walking out with bogeys from holes where I've hit a bad shot or two.
Oh, actually, you center fairway.
We're getting ready to tee off on 14 now. This is one of the hardest par 5s played on tour every year. They play it about 40 or 50 yards behind this, but it's actually the green complex that makes this the most tough. My struggles with the 4-wood today continue, and now I'm trying to play one over this tree, and it's another reminder that I'm not a scratch golfer. Now the plan is get it on the green and get out with the 2-putt bogey. And unfortunately I missed the footage of the 2-putt, but I did exactly that. A lot of people criticize the middle holes on the back nine at Pebble, but I think that 15 and 16 are pretty neat. I'm just short of the fairway bunker that loves to catch a lot of balls on this hole, and it's a narrow entrance into this green, where my missed iron is lucky to still be online. And I'll get up and down for a par.
The hammer.
16 is another beauty, where I put my drive in a pretty bad spot. And now I have to take it high and around this tree.
Need a number.
I find the green here, and this is another unexpected beautiful view at Pebble. I even stopped to take a photo. And I thought this one was in the whole way, but it just slips out, and I'll take a par here. As the sun is setting, I'm playing this hole that Jack hit his famous 1-iron on. And in my case, I miss a 4 hybrid to exactly the spot where Gary Woodland hit an absolute gem en route to his US Open victory. I'm not a scratch golfer, and I don't get it as tight as Woodland did. In fact, I have a tricky 2-putt from the fringe here. But I roll a good one, and we'll get out of here with a bogey. I'm still walking on air here, getting ready to play the best closing hole in golf. And wouldn't you know it, I hit my best drive of the day. But you've been watching the way I've been hitting the 4-wood all day, so I decide to play this one way out to the right and safe. There's no reason to throw this round away on a horrible shot into the ocean on 18. 80 and 100 are my 2 best numbers, and I can hardly see the pin here, but I know I've hit a good one.
That was awesome.
Good?
That was awesome.
Awesome.
In fact, it's a kick-in birdie on 18 at Pebble Beach. Like I said, I'm feeling so fortunate to be here, and even more fortunate to be sharing it with you. I played to exactly my handicap this day, with a great group of guys who I got paired with on the first tee. Usually we dissect all of these numbers, but today I'm just not that interested. I was walking on air all day, and the only thing better than doing it was getting to share it with you.
Get in the hole. Oh, yeah.